Hey gentlemen, how we doing? So today I wanted to take a break from my usual type of content and see if I can't channel my inner Owen Reardon or ZNA Productions. I haven't really decided who I'm going to blatantly copy yet, to build an axe handle. This is because I got this really cool bearded axe head recently and I wanted to do it justice. So unfortunately I wasn't that smart when I picked out the dimensions of my wood. One of these pieces actually isn't big enough to fit the stencil I made on, so we have to glue two of them together. Shouldn't be any problem. Got wood glue, two vices. Let's just start it up. The forbidden cookies and cream. Well, I just gotta let this dry and think about my actions. So, there we go. Okay, so I'd say that went pretty well, other than the part where I got wood glue like literally everywhere. But I mean, this is like the strongest thing to ever exist. This is never coming apart. Oh boy, that is gross. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up, and then we're gonna get to the next part. Okay, I have another idea. Dear God. Bro, what? So here's a stencil that I'm going to be using. It is literally just cut out of a piece of notebook paper, actually two pieces that I've taped together. So basically I'm just going to lay this down wherever I think is most convenient, and I'm just going to mark it out with this Sharpie. So last time I did this I just used a normal pencil, which seems okay at first until you realize that when you're sawing along that line you have to keep it basically right on the inside or the outside of the line. And since a pencil leaves a really thin mark behind, it's kind of a pain. So this time I'm going to use a Sharpie, which should be a little bit thicker and not be as bad. Now the next part of the build is probably going to be the most arduous, and no arduous task will be complete without humanity's greatest embarrassment, the coping saw. Now, a guy like Owen Reardon probably has some kind of masterful trick to make the coping saw the greatest tool you've ever seen in your life. He'd probably say something like, get a pile of wood shavings and soak it with dough pea and the little woodworking elves will come and bless your work, but don't you dare touch a power tool or they'll run off scared. But I'm not that kind of guy. With that said, time to cope.
One eternity later.
Alright fellas, here she is, finished with the coping saw. I kind of got lazy in some places, namely right here and right here. But I'm going to put it in the belt sander and we'll get all that squared away. So, let's do that.
One eternity later.
Next up, I'm going to be doing my favorite part of this process, which is rounding out the axe handle. For this, I'm going to be using a spoke shave with some sandpaper to round out the axe handle and make it more handily. Alright, so I got the handle, I got the wedge, and I got the axe head all together and ready to go. So it's time to assemble the axe. Let's hope this doesn't go wrong. applying the sander, and then we're gonna get to the final step of this project. Alright, so the last part of this project is introducing the axe to a little bit of linseed oil. Basically, this will just make the grain pop and it'll make the handle a lot prettier. So, let's do that. Well, that was a build, gentlemen. Now, what did we learn from this? We learned that A, copying is the greatest form of flattery, and B, I'm now stronger than the entire US military. Join me in the next video where I storm the Vatican with the rest of my school and you'll get exclusive body cam footage of my buddy Dan leading the charge. Have a good one, fellas.